RX93.1 presents the Concert Series. Live musical performances at the Monster Studios by today's artists. The Concert Series. Your host, Rico Robles.
There you go. Chica Marie on Fun Act. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her live. Poof. Kiana V. Hey, Kiana. How you been?
Hi. Been good.
It's been a while.
It has, yeah.
Since we had you in studio. And thank you for taking time to join us. I know you're always globally out there. So, I mean, what's been keeping you busy so far?
Well, right now I've been working on this album. Oh my God, it feels like an eternity at this point. Like just trying to make sure that I have a full story to share with everyone. But other than that, I've been, performing with my dad for his one last time.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it this way forever because I really don't believe when he says one last time.
When I saw the poster first, I think your brother posted it. One last time. Sabi ko, one last time. Paano ko nag-repeat? Ang tawag ba nun? One last time din. At saka, it's like a year cannot go by without an awesome show from your dad, man.
I know. He's next level. He really is.
And, with you doing the shows with your dad, I mean, that's MOA, right? It's such a big scale. I mean, pag ganon, do you prepare extra for that? As far as, choreography, dancing, endurance, running, how much preparation was there?
No, listen, the people that we're working with, there's A-Team, there's the maneuvers, and all the musicians. I mean, these people are, I would say, the best of the best. And you want to show up as the best version of yourself if you're working with the best of the best, right? So leading up to the show, I was just doing more cardio. I was like on the treadmill singing while I was running just to make sure that I'm not the weakest link.
When you're there, it's like, yo, Kiana V, that's a daughter.
No, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot of pressure, but I think it just comes naturally. You want to be the best if you're performing with the best.
But it's amazing because you have made a name for yourself on your own. It's like when you came out with the R&B, when you came out with Does She Know, and that was like a big thing. It's like it's not just like blank Gary V's daughter. It's you doing your own thing. I mean, when you first recorded those songs, were your parents aware that you were gonna go on the R&B tip?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the way I am, or the way I've always been, is like I'm quite spontaneous. And what I remember with Does She Know was that I started writing it without any music. So I was writing it a cappella. And a lot of people don't know that I actually co-wrote that song with Moira.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That was Moira.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so I was writing a bunch of the verses and then I was sending her voice notes. We were, sending each other voice notes. Back and forth. And that's how Does She Know came to be, because she was in the States at the time and my parents didn't even know what was going on. I was just like, hey, by the way, I want to release this song in like 3 weeks. And
did they ask like, ano nangyayari? Are you okay, anak? Did they do that? Sorry, that's like my best Gary V and Tita Angeli voice.
No, with my dad, it's always like, okay, put in the work. And then when you're absolutely sure that it's where you want it to be and you've had enough feedback and all of this and you think it's the best of what you can put out, then put it out. My mom is like, oh, but the business side and who's and who's the publisher and who's the distributor.
The numbers,
yeah. So at that time, I think because it was only my second song that I had released, I don't really think they were taking me too seriously yet. They were like, she's dabbling in music. Especially, I was so rebellious at the time. Like, it would take a village to get me to go on stage. I was nervous. I had stage fright, and there would be times that they'd physically have to drag me
to be on stage. Can you remember your first gig?
My very first gig, like on my own.
Yeah, on your own.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't. I remember the first gig when I got it for myself, meaning I was performing with friends and someone pulled me on. No, it wasn't really a party. It was more like we were at a cafe and it was me, Moira, Keiko, and my cousin RJ. And at the time we were just experimenting with all our sounds and trying to figure out where we all fit in. And we would just get on and take turns with the musicians.
Or whatever.
And what
was the song you were singing?
At that time, I was singing a lot of Tori Kelly. So I was singing like Dear No One and Alicia Keys and all the covers, right? Because I didn't have original music yet. True. But then I remember my first planned big show. It was like a mall show. And I was terrified. I was like, why am I here? What am I doing?
Did they have your big name like Kiana V?
They had the posters all over the mall. And it was the strangest case of imposter syndrome because I could see my face. I mean, on the posters and everything. And it didn't make sense to me. Like, why
am I here?
Yeah. Why is this stage here? Why is my band here? Like, I couldn't put everything together. Yeah. Just, it was also a lot of fear because, it was a decision to really pursue. I'm like, okay, I'm pursuing this now. If nobody shows up, then what am I going to do? Like, I just got to keep going, right? Because I'm already here.
So how did you overcome that? That very moment when you were there, you were sort of having chills about okay, so how am I going to do this? What did you think about?
I don't remember what I thought about in that moment. I couldn't tell you. I just remember feeling comfortable, and I would say that I have to. I'd give credit to the band because they were, cheering me on, and they're my friends too. So I eventually figured out a way to block out the crowd and just focus on the guys that were on stage with me.
And then that's how you rocked it out.
Yeah, it just... And mind you, my performance wasn't the best. I think if you see a video of that show and how I perform now, light years away, right? But I'm still proud of that little show. It was.
Did you ever feel like parang when they said, okay, daughter ni Gary V, did they always say, kaya mo rin ba sumayaw? Like,
yeah.
They have
every
that?
single
your dad
time.
Is like our Michael Jackson.
I know, every single time. And I remember like I would sing at a friend's wedding. I was singing at a friend's wedding, and she asked me to do this really sweet love song. And so I did it, and I get off stage, and this group of drunk boys are like, oh, we thought you were gonna dance and blah blah blah. I was like, well, if you want Gary V, go pay for Gary V. Like,
he'll give you a medley.
He'll give you the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, at that point, I'm like, well, what you see is what you get. I am a lady. I'm not Gary V, and that's just the truth of it all.
So when you did that, you have it all here in the Philippines. The next thing I know, 2020 pops in. She packs her bag and moves to America. What's the story there? And all of a sudden, I see you posting your gig, and I was like, hey. I was just like, first, the move to America, that's growing up. I mean, how was that? What made you come to that decision? And was there any doubts at that time that you're like, okay, what did you come to learn on that?
I think that my fear of the stage slowly grew into a fear of fame. And around 2018, 2019, I was, my group of friends at the time, who I still love to this day, but we were getting a lot of attention online, and it creeped me out a little bit. And I got into this, I guess, thought process trying to figure out if I was still making music for the right reasons. I had to figure out if I was in it because my parents said so, or because I was led to believe it was my calling because of how I was brought up. Or is it like the peer pressure and all these things?
Come up with a new R&B hit.
All of these things. And to me personally, I felt like I had to take myself out to figure out if it was something I wanted to continue doing. Like, am I doing this for myself, or?
That's tough.
Yeah. It was a big decision. I didn't really know where. At first, it was like, am I gonna try and go to New York and pursue like
arts or
the arts and all these things? Because also, I was really leaning towards a career in fashion when I was younger. But I felt like I needed to grow up a little and make decisions for myself.
So Los Angeles was the place to be.
LA. A lot of 2019, I had been traveling with my label at the time, Tarsier. And I had made connections in LA, and it just felt like it's so funny. I say it felt like the right time, and then 2 weeks in or 3 weeks in, the pandemic hit and there was lockdown.
So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna stay. If you notice our interviews when she was on the show, it was just dim lights, medyo mood siya.
Super.
And pandemic in America and pandemic in the Philippines is a completely different
Very
thing.
different.
Diba?
Very, very different.
I mean, how did you overcome it? Did you write songs?
I wrote a lot of songs. I actually I released my Dazed EP early in 2021, and you could tell, like, if you listen to it, it's heavily inspired by the mood that I had throughout the pandemic. Just, it's a cozy, very
marshmallow.
That's a good word. It's a marshmallow project.
Yeah.
So I did write a lot, and I explored also a lot of just like, I guess my deeper thoughts. So even when I wasn't, I mentioned this actually, I think in our interview, when I wasn't writing songs, I was journaling a lot.
That's right.
And I was trying to get to the bottom of, okay, why am I where I'm at in this moment? What led me to living in California in the middle of a pandemic,
Right? Your family being here.
Yeah. And why didn't I want to go back? Because they were trying so hard to get me to fly home. And I was like, I think I need to figure this out on my own right now. I need to stay.
Strong girl.
I was maybe again I was quite rebellious. So you could say strong, you could say rebellious.
Very,
but I
very
tried
strong woman of strength. You know what I mean? Then you come back with a very upbeat song, a Heartbeat on Me.
Heartbeat on Me.
It was very upbeat. It was different. It was from Does She Know and all the other songs that you had. I mean, the last time I had you here, it was like, I think you were talking about 5:30. Is it?
Yeah.
That was a promo that you were doing, and then No Rush Bake. This is the No Rush Bake. I think that's it.
That just means that it's mastered.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. So that was the sound, and then all of a sudden you got this upbeat. It was a completely different team, completely different vibe. So what was the drive behind that?
This was at a point where LA was starting to open up, and my friends and I got together. These were the guys that also worked on my Dazed EP with me. And so we were like, well, let's listen to some stuff. What are we all into? And I'm obsessed with Janet Jackson. So if you listen to like the harmonies and even how I carry my voice in that song, it was heavily inspired by her. And we just really wanted to have fun. That was, I think, my one song that I did not overthink.
Even the outfit too. Who did your styling there?
Lynn Alumna.
See, I know. I'm like, I was like, look at the Kiana V with her outfit. You know what I mean?
That was something we didn't overthink. We just kind of went pure vibes. Let's feel it out, see where it goes. And every time that I performed it in LA, it was like being received well. So I was like, okay, let's put it out. Let's see where this goes.
Okay, so the journey in LA, when you perform, for those who are tuning in, Kiana V joins us at the concert series here on the Monster. She'll perform some songs in just a bit. The journey there, when you performed, it was a different crowd. Is it a Filipino crowd? Most likely, the Pinoy crowd. Pero with you, when I've seen it on your feed, it's an international crowd. And it's your peers. It's like, teenagers. There is not a bunch of people in seafood cities going, Kiana V! It's a different crowd. How was it? I mean, how was it first stepping on stage there?
Oh my gosh. Nerve-wracking because, again, I have no idea what the culture is like. I mean, you could say that you've traveled to this place, but unless you're fully immersed, and me being on stage performing for a bunch of faces that I've never seen in my life, that I would say was my most immersed into the culture. And it was scary. I didn't know how they were going to react if they're not. And LA is a hard crowd. Because the people, the art that comes out of that place is insane.
It's like they do the thing. Oh, you're trying to make it okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever. I like head to toe look like everyone else, you know? So if you can grab their attention, even for one song, you're like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take that. I'll take that. And,
what was the songs you're performing? From all your originals? Or were you doing covers, then you throw in an original?
No, I do all originals, and there's like Safe Place that people love. Does She Know? I have this track that I never really released as its own single. It's called Better.
Are you going to perform that here?
Not tonight.
No, not tonight. But we got a lot. We got a lot of the hits.
There's Hide My Love and yeah. But it's just a journey. It's a whole journey, and I find myself opening for other artists, which I love. And as scary as it is, it's so liberating.
Who was the biggest one that you performed with so far to open with?
Yuna.
Yuna. Okay,
I opened for Yuna. That was a full circle moment for me because I was supposed to open for her here in 2018 or 2019. And something came up and she had to cancel her show. And then there was a backyard session that I joined in LA. That it was my friend's backyard. And I performed, Yuna performed.
And you'd be like,
and I was just like, oh my gosh, let me just introduce myself. I was supposed to open for you in the Philippines. And the next thing I know, Live Nation was reaching. I think it was Live Nation. Sorry, I don't want to.
What's up, Live Nation?
I might have made a mistake. But my management was contacted for me to open for her.
Wow.
And she's this amazing, amazing woman. I look up to her so much. She's like my ate, like older sister in LA.
She's cool. She's soft spoken. You know what I mean? Very soft spoken. We interviewed her on the show. Now, Kiana V engaged, right?
I know her.
So who was the first person to find out that you got engaged? Was your mom or your dad?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Because they were all in the room. My parents were in the room, and I was the last person to find out that I was getting engaged.
How was it? How was it feel? You know, and then when you put it online.
Okay, the funniest thing is I didn't want to announce it I wanted to like take my time.
Yeah.
My dad, on the other hand, was super excited. So the moment he posted, the whole world knew immediately. I was getting texts from titas who live in different continents. But yeah, it was a great story to tell. I mean, after that, I don't know how in detail I want to go. Okay, I'll tell you this because you're my friend.
Okay. So
I woke up in the hospital.
You woke up in the hospital. This didn't make the news. Okay, because you passed out. It was like
we were just very happy, and a lot of shots were poured, and my hyperacidity could not handle.
Oh, it's this lactobacilli stuff. You can't take too much of those shots, right?
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
my mom has funny photos of me lying down and she's like taking photos of my ring and I'm in the hospital.
Paka-stage mom eh.
Super. I know. Until the hospital pa.
Galing. Okay. So, well, with that, congratulations. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Is kailan? Planning is there.
Yeah.
Are you hands-on? Are you the one that's like really...
I'm like on and off just because I have others. We both have a lot of stuff going on right now. But we're looking at first quarter of next year.
Philippines, US?
Philippines.
Yeah. So it's going to be here.
Yes.
Okay, so that's got to be
that's
something.
That.
All right, so we don't know the performance. You don't know the ninongs and ninas.
No.
You just have to stay tuned.
You know what? No, we are trying to keep it small. We're trying to keep...
Under 1,000?
Oh, wow. Way under.
I mean, dude, the Valencianos.
No, I know.
But big family.
This is what I'm saying. I'm like, mom and dad, you guys went crazy with my two older brothers. I think that now, since I'm the girl, we can be a little calm.
Are you gonna do a little Pia Wurtzbach style? Tattoo lang kayo, ganun.
No naman. No, not. I think that was so beautiful. Her announcement too was amazing.
Are you gonna sing on your own wedding? That'd be cool, right?
I really want the Rocky Yoki band. I want everyone to sing.
That'd be cool.
I want everyone to sing.
Well, that's coming up first quarter next year. But for now, I mean, you do have a new body of work. Is this a full album?
Yeah.
Are you looking to tour with this?
So lately I mentioned earlier, I've been in the studio a lot, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to take my voice, what I want to do with the voice that I have. And right now it's just fun exploring different genres. So I am working on an album.
Is it a disco hit? What is it?
I don't know.
You're going to do dance moves like this? Like, like a la Dua Lipa?
Oh my gosh. No. I don't know. I think I'm very different from Dua. But right now we're in the exploration phase. And what I'm trying to capture is really what I felt, I guess, going through life as a woman in the late 20s, early 30s stage. Just like, where do I fit in right now? I'm not old, I'm not young.
Yeah.
And like, all these changes are happening so quickly.
What do I write about?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm having so much fun with that. I am leaning into the chaos at the moment that comes with being at that age.
You're gonna have a K-pop sound? Is that?
Nah.
No.
I think that there are a few artists that I know that fit that sound super perfectly. I don't know if I fit that pocket.
Okay. Well, for you, I mean, you are based in Los Angeles. You are in your writing process. Acting wise, are you looking to? I mean, Liza's there doing her red carpet stuff.
I know, she's crazy. I'm so happy for that girl. I just feel like I've so easily absorbed the entertainment that I consume that if I were put in a situation where I would have to act it, I don't know what that would do to my mental health.
I could imagine. Like,
I really hats off to all the actors and my friends who are actors and actresses, because it's not an easy job.
To turn it on, turn it off.
Yes, transform with every new project, right? And you could say that songwriters and performers do something similar, but it's not the same. So I don't know if I would really dive into acting. I'm always open.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's like a priority at the moment.
I mean, with your journaling, you could do a spoken word type
oh my gosh.
Poetry night with Kiana V.
Poetry night.
That'll be it. But what to look forward to for all your fans? I mean, day one fans as well. What are they going to look forward to?
I have a lot of music coming out soon. And I by a lot, I mean like there are collaborations in there that
wow. Can we know some?
No.
Starts with, rhymes with, sounds like.
I can't. I don't wanna. I'm very excited about this one collaboration in particular, just because it's been a long time coming, and I feel like we're both in a good place in our lives right now where we're happy about everything. I don't want to spill too much.
Okay,
Someone I was talking to already guessed it the other day, and I just don't want to say too much because we're working on it right now.
Who's that one person you would want to work with that you wish you could work with now? See, that's me trying to get the answer.
I know, right? I know. There's too many. Locally or
locally.
Well, locally for sure. Like,
you have a song with your dad.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
But I wrote this other one that I want to give him. Just it's funny because we're both going through a lot of the same changes, except he's a man entering his 60s.
He don't look 60. You guys are lying. Whatever Gary V's taking, give me some of that.
And I've noticed that comes with its own, pressure and a lot of mental stress. And I wrote a lot of these songs based on me growing older as a woman too. And somehow there's this one song that aligned, like both of our emotions just kind of came together, and we'll see where that goes. I don't know yet. He loves that song.
Be on the father and daughter dance.
It's not sad though. I mean, it's not like a slow song. It's like a funky.
That's a happy song.
Yeah, it's a funky happy song.
Yeah. All right, so that's something to look forward to. And of course, for now, are you gonna be based? You're gonna fly out soon?
I'm actually leaving this weekend. I have a.
You don't have a show this week?
We're performing at the Mall of Asia for Pure Energy one last time.
Wow.
Again on Friday. If you can somehow find tickets, I think you guys should really watch because it's an amazing show.
To perform in MOA like that, I mean, how did you feel? Was that the first time you performed in MOA?
No. I've done different guestings and
but this one's your dad and your brother's a director, and
Yeah. No, it's quite surreal. It's very inspiring. Like I'm like, am I gonna be able to do something like this in my lifetime? You know what I mean? But also it's just I'm so happy that my brother is doing exactly what he's meant to be doing, and my dad is doing exactly what he's meant to be doing.
He's always been making people cry.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Us included. I said earlier, we're not exempt from that.
I was watching Joseph the Dreamer. He made me cry. He made people cry. You know what I mean? And eras wise, what era are we now in Kiana V?
In mine? Oh my gosh. I mean, I mentioned we're calling it the heat wave. It's just embracing the summer, trying to have a good send off.
This is like the hottest summer you could
This
ever.
is the hottest. And it's crazy because we started this heat wave term maybe 6-7 months ago, and then now we're in the middle of a literal
Right?
heat wave in Manila, and I'm here, and it all makes sense. It was meant to be for me to be here, not for the heat wave, because hopefully that goes away soon.
When you go back to LA, it will be summer. It will be hot as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beginning. The heat is on its way there too.
waking
But
up.
I'm really excited because I have like a songwriting camp over there. I'm trying to build a songwriting camp
Here
to
as
bring
well.
out here.
Yeah, nice.
Sometime in July. So yeah, if you guys want to learn more about that, I mean, it'll be all over my socials
So
soon
follow our
enough.
socials and you get to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the last song you got for us?
My last song was, oh my God, I almost forgot. I was doing one more song.
Yeah, this is your latest single?
Yeah, my latest single, it's called Sweet Release.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it with a friend of mine in LA, Rose Stan, and it's produced by this amazing producer, Dela.
What's the story behind this?
This really was heavily inspired by my best friend who lives out here. So the moment I heard the beat, I was like, bing, that's Vanny, like my best friend. And it just ended up flowing naturally. We were like, okay, this is a song that we want to hear at the club when we're out with the girls and the
Yeah.
gays. And Sweet Release was born.
All right, so
Yeah.
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is an exclusive. You're going to hear it here, dropping it. Of course, Kiana V. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you for hanging
always.
out, for the catch
Yeah.
up. And next time we see you, it will be Mrs. Kiana
Oh,
V. All right? Let's just let that sink in
Oh.
there. All right, so congratulations as well.
Thank you.
And best wishes.
Thank
All right,
you.
here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the concert series.